back to Nancy Unfiltered. Tonight we're diving into something deep, messy, and painfully real: identity. Or more accurately, how so many of us have lost it along the way in this generation and older generations, and sometimes in ways we didn't even realize were happening. I mean, think about it. Who are you beneath the social media posts, your career titles, the daily routines that barely leave time to breathe? Did you ever really know yourself? Or have we all been solely absorbed by what the world expects of us and forgetting what makes us unique? And yes, medications are meant to fix us, but can sometimes make us numb, the very sensations that remind us we're alive. The joy, the sadness, the awkward, hilarious, and strange feelings that make life meaningful. Tonight, what we're going to do is explore all of that. Let's get ready. So, let's get started. Identity isn't something that disappears overnight, it just erodes slowly. Work pressures, societal expectations, family dynamics, social media comparisons, a lot of things. All of it wears down our sense of self until sometimes we don't recognize the person staring back in the mirror. So let's see. I had a friend I want to tell you guys about. Her name was Mia, my friend Sarah's daughter, and she spent 10 years trying to climb the corporate ladder at her job. She became a high-powered executive. She was wearing designer suits, answering emails at midnight, and living a life that it looked so perfect to me and to everyone else probably as well. But when she paused one Sunday morning, I remember, she realized she had talked to me, and she's like, I have no hobbies. I have no friends outside of work and no memory of what I enjoyed as a child. Her identity was basically borrowed from expectations, obligations, and then also pressures. Human Q is like, basically, I'd asked Mia, I was like, do you remember your favorite ice cream flavor as a kid? But then she froze and said, vanilla? With the hesitation of someone trying to recall their own birthday or birthday party. It was funny, but also kind of terrifying to look at, because a stark reminder that identity is fragile, malleable, and it's easily overwritten. But my observation was identity loss isn't limited to just younger people. Older adults pressured to act their age or fit societal norms often lose touch with what makes them vibrant. They might forget hobbies, passions, or even their emotional range, certain things in life, and trauma can cause a lot of this. Part of losing yourself is losing your connection to your own feelings. And here's where unnecessary medication becomes dangerous. Okay? Antidepressants, anti-anxiety meds, or stimulants can save lives when needed, but sometimes they're prescribed for convenience. The doctor doesn't have time to see everyone, so he just prescribes medication. It can be one of the things. Or societal comfort, where we need comfort and we're scared to face our fears, or even the doctor on being uneducated rather than genuine need. And in these cases, they can mute the very emotions that remind you alive. I know, because I've been there. I also had a friend named Jordan. It's my cousin, actually. She was prescribed anti-anxiety medication all throughout college. She struggled with normal stress. Over time, she noticed that she felt like really numb. Nothing thrilled her, nothing scared her, and joy became just a very distant memory to her. And all the things we did at Christmas, she couldn't remember a lot. And then she recognized she hadn't experienced excitement, even fear, in years. She lost the texture of reality itself. But the irony is, my cousin Jordan still laughed at our dogs falling off the couches and tumbling over and having fun with them. But everything else, love, fear, passion, it was dulled. Medication, it isn't a villain, but misuse and misunderstanding are. We must ask ourselves, are we medicating life itself outside of existence? So the reflection I had, and I was thinking, was feeling deeply, fully, painfully, and beautifully is a cornerstone of identity. Losing that is in losing touch with reality. Finding it again requires courage, facing our fears, reflection, and sometimes deliberate exercises to reconnect with our body, minds, in the present moment. You can go numb like I did, to where those medications take over and you don't feel anything. And then when you start feeling it again, the only thing that helped was anxiety meds, and they had to slowly be able to wean me off those, because I was losing touch with reality. To reclaim yourself, you have to experience also feelings raw, uncensored, and fully. Joy, sadness, embarrassment, just confusion. These aren't just mental states, though. They're physical experiences. Heart racing, stomach twisting, chest aching, and this happens, life is happening inside your body. It will be very strong. It might be like an electric shock at first, but it's slowly, once you keep feeling feelings, they will become norm to you. So basically, emotions don't need to be grandiose. There's I laughed until I cried about toddlers, even online, just the AI videos and just doing the weirdest dances and stuff. And this, is little, but that mix of surprise, hilarity, and love is a raw emotion that reminds you that you are still alive. Sometimes reclaiming identity starts small, and it did. A little belly laugh that's like, haha, overboard. A guilty cry in a movie. A surge of joy holding a puppy. So you have to ground yourself, and how to reconnect is basically grounding is a practice that anchors you in the present moment, reconnecting your mind, body, and emotion. When you feel lost, overwhelmed, or numb, grounding is a lifeline to yourself. One method is body scanning. Lie down, breathe slow, and notice every part of your body: toes, calves, knees, fingers, shoulders, head. Imagine each part relaxing, connecting to the earth, feeling weight and support. This technique forces presence and awareness. It's called a grounding technique. Another is sensory grounding. Notice 5 things you can see, 4 that you can touch, 3 that you can hear, 2 you can smell, and 1 you can taste. It sounds simple, but doing it fully reminds you that you're in the present moment and that you exist in reality. There's also something called movement grounding. You dance, you stretch, or run. Your body is a vessel of experience. Feel the muscles contract and release. Feel gravity. Feel the absurdity of your clumsiness while moving. It brings presence, awareness, and identity. Grounding can be awkward, but once I tried clapping while I recited a poem to my cat, he judged me silently. Still, I did feel alive, and that's what mattered. Embarrassment won't be as embarrassing. It's really awesome to feel grounded in the present. So, losing your identity is real, and it can happen to anyone, especially those going through trauma or forgetting themselves. But society presses us, technology distracts us, medications sometimes dull us, the wrong doctors even, and life often forces conformity to what everyone else is doing. But reclaiming yourself, it is possible. Start small and feel deeply. Laugh uncontrollably. Cry honestly with yourself. Ground yourself daily. Reconnect with your body, mind, and surroundings. Identity isn't something fixed. It's dynamic, alive, waiting to be discovered, rediscovered. It may take patience, courage, and intentionality, but it's always there under the layers of expectation, fear, and distractions. So what you need to do is breathe, notice your heart beating, laugh at the absurdity, feel fully, and step back into the person you always are meant to be: messy, human, and gloriously, authentically alive. Stay unfiltered. This is Nancy News. Nancy saying, stay unfiltered, stay present, stay awake, and remember, you are not lost forever. You're just waiting to meet yourself again. Nancy out. Have a great day, y'all.